What was the first album you ever bought?
Oh, this is good.
It was a Joey Lawrence tape.
What?
Do you remember this?
Of course.
Joey Lawrence made music. Now, I can't sing you a song. I don't remember any of it. But I just remember getting that tape. Then I just walked around my house in leather vests.
Very cool.
Naturally.
Tauren, thank you so much for sitting down with me. You were my first interview
Yes.
in my studio
Yes.
at the Joy FM, so I'm glad to be able
I
to
feel
sit
like we
down
were
and chat
actually
again.
talking about kids at the time. Because
mean-
you were pregnant probably at that time.
Oh my
And now you have a
word.
full-grown human. Well,
That's
not full-grown,
so
but fully
wild.
formed. Yeah.
That she was there.
Because I was telling you about Baby Wise and
Yeah. Which
yeah.
she is sleeping now, which is good. Thank
Good.
God for that.
Yes.
When
Change
she's
your
not
life.
teething, you know.
Yeah. Right.
So on the topic of kids, I know that you have a bundle,
Mm-hmm.
have a whole bunch of kids.
Yes.
So what is a favorite memory that you have with your dad?
Sure. Yeah. I remember my dad. It was pretty cool. Really being involved in all of my extracurricular activities. So there was always something I was doing, sport, event, whatever. And he has a very distinctive voice, very distinctive whistle. I don't know how that generation developed their whistle, but it's an unbelievable ability. But I was wrestling in 8th grade. And I just distinctly remember my dad from the stands, like up high, from the back row, just saying, "Let's go, Wells! Let's go, Wells!" And it's just sometimes, even throughout my adult life, there have been moments that have been hard that I hear his voice encouraging me in those times. So definitely something I carry with me.
I love that.
Yeah.
That is so sweet. Okay, so with all the kids, with the music, with the church, you just planted a church, you just baptized 166 people.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my word.
Wow.
Where do you find the energy? And where do you find the energy to be creative then on top of it? Because that kind of energy I think is draining. People don't realize that necessarily. And so I'm just like thinking back to even the early days of having a newborn in the house, and I'm going, I couldn't form sentences, much less be excellent.
Yes.
Which I would say your music is excellent. The way that you are pouring into your church. So where do you find that?
Well, that's a great question. I mean, where do I find creativity and energy? I would say it's through the routines and the discipline and the mundane that you actually store up the energy for the output. And that is the most difficult part. I'm trying to figure that out in this new season. But even down to having basically a nutrition coach giving me supplements for mental clarity, energy, all of these things, just to make sure that I'm giving my best. If we're really supposed to love God, heart, soul, mind, and strength, the strength component is in our physicality. So I'm trying to get more disciplined with that. And there is a certain energy that demand creates, that typically you need pressure to produce anything. And so instead of running from the pressure or numbing pressure, I actually try to feel the pressure because I know that it's productive. And so I'm just trying to submit to the process of it.
Whew, I have goosebumps because I have felt that a lot lately, but putting words to it, like I always joke that I thrive in pressure as like I'm a procrastinator, so like I'll put things off to I thrive in pressure. Don't worry, I'll do it later.
Yeah.
But it is true. It brings something else out. It brings you a higher calling.
Yes, absolutely.
It's awesome. So, in the midst of this church planting process, which I'm sure is extensive and has been kind of years in the making now, where have you seen God show up in unexpected ways?
I've seen God show up in every way. It's man, the church planting journey for me at this point has been so dense. I have a hard time extrapolating it all at this point because it's just from life change for me, for people, for those that move their families across the country to be a part of our team, to the weekly grind of it. It's just all different, and it's God showing himself in every phase, in every stage, in a unique way. You know, I would feel like I've had to have faith for different seasons of my life, but I don't think I've ever had to have faith like I've had to have for this. It is just an extraordinary amount of trust, of things being beyond my control, and honestly just trying to get out of the way and let God do what he wants to do and me follow him and not the other way around. So I don't know if I have a great answer 20 weeks in, but maybe if we talk next year, I'll have had more time to process what's happening.
Isn't it amazing how we see God in the hindsight so often?
Yes.
You get through it and you go, how did I get through it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here, there, those coincidences that aren't coincidences that God had just purposely laid out for you.
Yes, right.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
All right, Tauren, now we have the disco ball of fun.
Let's go.
Disco ball of fun.
Let's see what we got here. Do you biohack?
Okay, I have to explain this one because I literally didn't even know how to ask the question.
I don't even know what this means.
So, have you heard of biohacks? I mean, honestly, when you're talking about it with your nutritionist, it's a lot of that kind of stuff.
Okay.
They say like, oh, get outside and get 15 minutes of sunlight in your eyes to reset your circadian rhythm. Do the ice plunge
Cold
bath.
plunge,
Cold plunge.
Yeah.
So, are there any of those things that might be like a little odd that you're like, I swear by it?
Yeah, I mean, this isn't necessarily odd. I think a lot of people do this, but take the last 2 or 3 minutes of your shower as cold as you can stand it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I do, and it's amazing. There's a bunch of research behind it that I don't know. I just know that I feel clear, energized, and ready to accept other challenges.
Ooh.
So, because you get that, it's a challenge mentally to be like, I'm going to stand here in this freezing cold water. What else could happen that day, So.
I love it.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to add that one to my list, maybe, if I'm brave.
Yes. My wife is like, I'm not doing that. So.
She says pass.
Yeah. All right. What was the first album you ever bought?
Oh, this is good. This is going to be good.
Probably. Okay, so it's not the first album I ever bought. But my mom bought this for me. And I'm embarrassed about how excited I was to get it. And it was a Joey Lawrence tape.
What?
Do you remember this?
Of course.
Joey Lawrence made music. Now, I can't sing you a song. I don't remember any of it. But I just remember getting that tape. And so then I just walked around my house in leather vests.
Very cool.
Naturally.
Very cool.
That's
so fun. Because I remember him from TV. He did a lot of Disney Channel
absolutely.
stuff and whatever.
Yeah, Brotherly Love, Melissa and Joey. But
so good.
I was little at the time, but for some reason I wanted that Joey Lawrence tape.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
I'm going to have to dig that out. I wonder if he's on Spotify.
Yeah, probably not. I don't think you can convert tapes to streaming. All right. What job would you have if you weren't in music? I would be homeless. 100%.
I was going to say, this is a cheater because you have another job. You're a pastor.
I've always had multiple jobs. It's basically since I was 15. But no, I'd be homeless. I love music. If I didn't do music, I'd die. So people kind of ask, so, now that you're pastoring, you're not going to do music. People even in the music industry kind of thought, yeah, well, give it 2 years, you won't be doing any music. No. I would shrivel up and die if I didn't do music. So I'm so glad God gave me a chance to do it because I'd just be under a bridge somewhere just chilling.
Making music, probably.
Yeah, 3 or 4 teeth,
Got a little bucket.
Yeah, 100%.
Literally.
Bucket drummer. Those guys are fire.
Well, so that makes me think. So you've done a lot of remixes on Take It All, right?
Yeah, Take It All Back.
Take It All Back. Thank you.
Mhm.
You've done a lot of remixes on Take It All Back. I bet that just itches all sorts of creative scratches you have going in your brain, and the ability to work with other artists. I mean, they're all so different and so fun.
Yeah.
So which one's your favorite remix? No, okay, I won't put you on the spot like that.
Yeah, I love them all. I do really like. So the interesting thing about this song is the most recent version that we put out, which is like the fire version. It's 2 fire emoticons, which is pretty fire. That was actually the first iteration of the song.
Oh, okay.
But before we put it out, we changed it to what is probably the most popular version of the song. So I was excited to put out kind of that OG version that feels a little bit more hip hop.
What you were feeling from the start.
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for chatting with me, Tauren.
Absolutely. I didn't even have to use this card. Oh, no. I don't think so. Absolutely not. Who has the biggest voice in your life?
Oh, honestly, reverse. Okay, so the funniest thing about that is when I wrote that question, I'm like, who has the biggest voice in my... Like, I started to do some self-reflection.
Yeah.
And it's gotta be my husband.
Yeah.
Only because, he's got some good ideas every once in a while.
Yeah.
We spend...
It's hard to say that, huh?
Right?
Why is that so difficult for y'all? I don't understand why it's
I
so
guess
difficult.
he's got some good ideas.
Yes.
He also very much keeps me alive. He's the chef in our house. He's the hey, should we I don't know, go for a walk? And I'm like, the outside.
Yeah.
But I like the couch and Netflix a lot.
Yeah,
and he's
right.
like, maybe some fresh air will be good.
Yeah.
So, he's a big voice, and he's a wise one, thankfully.
I love that. Very good. All right, I'll let you off the hook now.
Right.
Now
Well,
this
thank
interview
you.
is over. Thank you.
Over.